Cup regatta of the 2008 season, a season in which pretty well everybody's eyes are turned towards the Olympic Games in Beijing. Well, we have 2 sessions of finals coming up for you as you see the facts and figures of just how lovely a morning it is here. 2 sessions starting in the next few minutes with the women's and men's pairs, the women's and men's double sculls and the women's single sculls. So for those of you up very early in the United States, and for those of you staying up late in Australia and New Zealand, if I haven't mentioned the race you're most interested in that first session, then after an hour's break you need to come back and join us for the finale, 2 hours of non-stop action. Well, alongside myself, David Goldstrom, Hugh Matheson, as ever, and always a pleasure to be at the Roadsay, particularly, Hugh, on a day like this.
It's a gorgeous day for the spectators. I would say it's a gorgeous day for the spectators. It's a gorgeous day for the spectators, and I would say that there's a gentle headwind, which you saw on the screen there earlier, and times are not fantastically fast, but the quality of racing we've already seen in B finals earlier on today shows that there's very, very stiff competition and a great deal of anxiety to do well. So couldn't be better conditions.
And there you can see local times, of course, here in Switzerland. The menu, which is a little bit different to what you might perhaps normally see at, say, a World Championships or Olympic Games, which has been crafted for the Roadsay Regatta, which of course in itself is a little earlier. That's due to a number of factors. Of course, the need to qualify for the Olympic Games, which Hugh will talk to you about, the next World Cup Regatta. By the time we get to Poznan, we will know who have grabbed those final qualification places. That comes up in a couple of weeks' time. And the other factor, of course, that Hugh is really important here is not just qualification by earning a boat place, but there is quite a lot of internal national qualification that is already underway.
There are very few national crews that are absolutely finally settled. Even those that are settled, there's opportunities for when people go sick, when people get injured and so on. So there's a lot left to play for, but this is a major selection regatta for a great many national teams that are still shuffling the order, trying to see where things are best this season, even though they may have already securely qualified a place to start in the Olympics. They don't know who's going to be in each boat.
Well, wherever you are with us around the world, what we'd like to invite you to do is to stay in touch with us. We've got a little email address for you to use. It's Deb, D-E-B, at FISA.org. And we've got a combination of advanced electronics and Heath Robinson, in as much that the emails will come in on the other side of the regatta course and then be transferred by horse across to Hugh and myself. So they won't be instantly replied, but we will try and get to you with our answers. And you're very welcome. Once again, Deb at FISA.org.
We need runners who are qualified in modern pentathlon. They've got to be able to swim to get across this lake. They've got to fight off the other channels with their swords and their pistols, and they've got to do some running as well. So it's an excellent test here to see if you can get your emails across to us for an early reply.
So sit back and enjoy the action with Hugh Matheson and myself, David Goldstrom, getting ready now to go right up to the start of this fantastic lake, the Roadsay, just outside the centre of Lucerne, on what, as you can see, is an absolutely gorgeous Sunday morning. And our first race this morning will be the final for the women's pairs. And just to mention, as we look forward to that, you might have thought that you'd have the names of Jane Rumble and Darcy Marquardt in the lineup there. Nothing sinister, but this tells the story very much of this regatta, because both of those talented women are now in the Canadian 8, which is focusing on its preparations to try and qualify in Poznan in a couple of weeks' time, and that's why they're not involved today in the women's pairs. I also need to mention, looking ahead a little bit, Georgina Swindell and Caroline, the twins from New Zealand, not involved in the women's double scull. Sadly, Georgina got a bit of a cold. We think flying over. It happens to usually one or two team members when they take part and take on a long journey, and nothing sinister. They've actually been out for a training session this morning, so they're back on track, but they're not taking any part in the women's double sculls.